Hello, and welcome to my big dirty stinking fashion and beauty haul. I've been doing some shopping and I'm going to show you what I got. There's also some PR stuff in here as well, but also I'm going to be participating in the Blackout Day 2020, which is on July 7th. I will have some information on that in the description box, but it is a day where we will be voting with our dollars against the mistreatment of Black people in America. So it's a small thing to do that has, if we all come together, can have like a big impact. Obviously it's not the only thing to do, so I will leave some links in the description box for more information. But for now, let's get into it. I've bought some things I need, and then other things are like things for content, because creating content has definitely helped to keep my mind off of a lot of things. And nowadays there's just so much. Why is there always so much? Okay, let's start with skincare. Now with skincare, I love skincare, and I'm always like, I wish I had like 5 faces to try all the things that I want to try. But because I've become accustomed to a certain routine, I only switch things out like if there's a need, like if, you know, all of a sudden I'm breaking out, or if the weather changes, the season changes, then, you know, I'll kind of switch things out. But again, since we've been in the tide and I'm like, you know what, let me just try a bunch of skincare. I'm in it for the quick and the easy, like a cleanser or makeup remover kind of thing. So I was like, okay, that can kind of help keep me busy. So I bought a couple of things from INKEY list. One, because I myself was curious, and then 2, I've had a lot of you guys, you know, ask me, oh, what do you think of the INKEY list? And I've never actually tried anything from them. So I picked up the Oil and Water Double Cleanser, the Oat Cleansing Balm, the apple cider vinegar acid peel, and the retinol. I actually have a video where I tried some of these things, obviously not all of the actives like that. Also from skincare. So I bought a bunch of things from The Ordinary. Wow, I didn't realize it was that much stuff. But yeah. But this is like from the Sephora VIB sale, and you know, everything from the Sephora VIB sale took like 6 weeks to get here. You know, they were keeping people safe, so I can't be, you know, snooty about that. But I was just like, all right, let me do some videos where I kind of swap out like my cleanser or my moisturizer and other things that I normally use, like a retinol or a vitamin C, to see, you know, like, what's the texture like? Does my skin like it? You know, yada yada. So I wound up buying a bunch of stuff from The Ordinary. I got the Ascorbyl Glucoside Solution 12%. I already have a vitamin C serum that I use during the day in my routine, and I was like, all right, let's swap it out and try this one. So that's what I got this for. And of course, there'll be a video on it. I also got the Natural Moisturizing Factors. This is a moisturizer, a very fancy way of saying moisturizer. I also got, now with these two, I definitely wanted a chemical exfoliator that I wanted to use in my routine routinely. But I couldn't decide if I wanted the mandelic acid or the lactic acid. And because sometimes Ordinary products tend to be out of stock, and tend to be out of stock for a little bit, and because they're not expensive, these were probably like $6 each. But I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I bought them both, and I will have a video on which one I wind up, well, you'll see it. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And then I also got the salicylic acid 2% mask. I got this because, you know, when I break out, I do tend to use, like I use the Peter Thomas Roth. Well, the Peter Thomas Roth one isn't salicylic acid. That one's a sulfur mask. Sulfur, I feel, is like a lot more aggressive in terms of like drying out the skin. So I only use like sulfur when it's like, all right, this pimple is being ignorant. But I was like, you know, let me try this mask, because sometimes, you know, I'll put it as an all-over treatment to kind of, you know, bring up some congestion, or maybe I'll kind of use it as a spot treatment. So I got that for like when I break out, to give it a whirl. So make sure you are subscribed, not only subscribe to this channel, but also to my blog, because certain things that don't require like a whole full blown out video will be on the blog. And there's lots of really great skincare information, how to lay your skincare. If you're a skincare newbie, there's a post there too to kind of guide you through things. It's just a wealth of information since 2007. I guess I'll put these in the skincare category, but I bought more of the Ulta lip oils. You guys, you watching me for a while, I love the Ulta lip oils. I always buy them when there's a BOGO sale, buy one, get one half off, which is what I did here. I love these to moisturize my lips. They feel great. I wear them every day. If I'm wearing a lip color, I'll put this on before I start doing my makeup. I'll leave it on before I put my lip product on. I may, pat it down. Depending, if it's a gloss, I'll just put the gloss on top. But if it's like a matte lip color, which I haven't worn in a really long time, but if I'm gonna wear a matte, I'll kind of, make sure I take off the oil, and then I'll put the matte lip on. So I got like that conditioning of the lips without the oil messing up the finish of the matte. But anyway, I also bought 2 of the tinted ones. The tinted ones are okay. They don't have that nice moisturizing feeling like the regular ones do. But it's kind of cute because it's kind of like a gloss, like it's not sheer. I would say it's more like a semi-opaque. I wound up getting these 2 from the tinted. I got Tea Rose and Mad for Mauve, and they're gonna give you a little hint of color, just like a regular gloss would. Nothing too deep about it. I won't buy these again. I'll use them up, but I won't buy them again just because I don't really have a use for it. When I want like an opaque gloss, I do prefer to have like my Lorac, what is this called? Alter Ego lip gloss. This shade is Flower Child. I just prefer that. I just bought this because I was just like real curious. And when it comes to the Juice Infused lip oils, they have different varieties. I find that they all look the same on the lips and they all feel like they're doing the same things, but they have different fragrances depending on which one you get. I usually just get the cranberry and pomegranate, but if that's out, I'll just get whatever. It's not like a huge big deal to me. So that's that. Since it's the only hair product I'll have, I'll kind of stick this in here now. But I got the Olaplex Hair Perfector number 3. I talked about this in my Beauty Empties video. I had run out, so I was like, you know what, let me get me some more Olaplex number 3. It's a great protector for the hair, and you can hear me talk more about it in my Beauty Empties video. But I went and got another one from Sephora. Now let us get into makeup. I would say maybe about 95% of the makeup that I'm about to show you is PR. I haven't had the need to like buy makeup in a while because I'll link to a video where you can check out like my makeup stash and what palettes I have and whatnot. I'm very minimal with how much makeup I own. I'm very maximal with the makeup that I put on, but I just kind of feel like I have my favorites with makeup and I have the colors that I need to get the looks that I want, so I don't really need to buy much stuff, but I still really enjoy makeup and still want to talk about it, so let's talk about it. So Juvia's Place, this was sent in PR. This is the new Wahala palette. The translation of Wahala is drama. And man, is there some drama in this palette. I haven't tried it yet, but that is gorgeous. Now, Juvia's Place always has like these really great highly pigmented palettes that are really gorgeous. I love like the glitters and everything that's in here. I'd have to try this out though because sometimes when you have like some of these like matte shades that are on the less expensive side, sometimes, I'm not saying that's the case here, sometimes they can be harder to blend out than like a, like a pressed pigment or a pricier type of eyeshadow, but I'm not saying that's the case here, but I'm just saying. But that is pretty. If you have this and you have tried it, let me know in the comments. Alright, and then of course if you've tried any of the other like skincare products and Olaplex and all that other stuff that I mentioned, let me know all about it in the comments below. So next up in makeup, I also got in PR the ABH Norvina Volume 4 palette. Let's open her up. I actually have this on my eyes today. We already know, or if you don't know, now you know, but we already know that Anastasia Beverly Hills has really great pigments and great quality when it comes to their eyeshadows. So that's not the issue I have with this. If this wasn't sent to me in PR, I would not, like, I wouldn't buy this, is basically what I'm saying. I don't love it. These aren't colors that I would gravitate towards. The neutral shades that are in here, they're nice. I wish there was like maybe 1 or 2 deeper shades, like deeper berries, because you know sometimes I do like to, you know, smoke out the end of my eye. But you know, do I have to smoke out my eye every time I do my makeup? No, but I like it. That's what I like to do. So this is just like a color and arrangement preference kind of thing when it comes to me, because while I do love like a bright pink like this color here, E5, I have a color that looks like that already in my Alyssa Edwards palette. And then the glitters look really good. I have an E3 on my eyes. The glitters are very concentrated. Like I can just dip my finger into it and then press it on my eyes and it'll show up. There feels like there might be some sort of medium that's used in the glitters that kind of help them to stick. You can of course use like a glitter adhesive if you want to like really pack the color, the pigment of the glitters on, but it's not necessary. And you know, I have been sweating a ton since filming and these glitters are still on my eyelids, so that's a great sign. But I just don't love it though. I'm out the dough. Let me know if you have the Norvina Volume 4, or if you don't have it, just let me know what you think about the Norvina Volume 4. Is it just me, or you're also like, I don't need it either. Next up in makeup, again from Anastasia Beverly Hills, Norvina collection, we have these cake liners. Now I believe these are electric, this one is electric pink, electric yellow, electric lime. They're called electric cake liners. This seems really interesting. It's not something that I would do very often. I believe you can spritz these with like a makeup spray, or you can use a little water to really activate them. Then there's this one that has electric orange, opaque white, and ooh, the white is probably bomb. Opaque white and electric purple. This is some, would I buy this? I don't know that I would buy this. If I did it, I don't know, would I buy this? What y'all think? Would I buy this? No. It seems really like a really cool concept. I can see myself buying it to play with it, but I wouldn't get a lot of practical use out of it because it's like, how often am I gonna wear a neon liner for me to justify the money that I spent on it? But like the makeup lover in me is still like, ooh, give it to me, like, wow. And I would also say like maybe if like NYX or somebody did a version of it, I would maybe be more apt to buy the less expensive version. But I do know how hard sometimes it can be to get these to like really show up vibrantly and last. And although NYX has some bright colored liquid liners that I love, I did notice that some of the colors weren't showing as true, or they weren't showing as vividly as I wanted them to. Whereas with these, I would feel like I know I'm getting the color. So it's like a toss up, you know, it's like something, it's like a product that I'm like, oh my God, I would have so much fun, you know, if and when I use it, but I'm not gonna use it often enough, you know what I'm saying? But let me know your thoughts on these in the description box, in the comments, and let me know, would you try the Norvina cake liners? Next up in makeup, well, nails. These nail polishes from Jessie Monroe Nail Care. This is a Black woman-owned business. One of my friends actually owns this business, and we actually did a Zoom video that I'm gonna put on my Instagram when she gets her products back in stock, because I wanted to make sure that, you know, she got her stock up so that when people saw the video and they went to her site, like they could just go and get what they wanted, right? You know, good for her, good for the people. So the funny thing is, she sent these to me a while ago, and I was supposed to, like, at the beginning of the quarantine, and I was like, all right, I gotta get used to doing my own beauty routine with certain things. Like, I can do my makeup, and I know how to wash my hair and condition it. I've started to experiment a little bit more on my own with hairstyles. But nails, whew, I would try to do my nails at home, and it would always look like a 5-year-old did them and like sneezed in the middle and was just like, eh, whatever, and just kept going over it. Like, that's usually how my nails look when I polish them myself. But when I tell you, now don't judge my nails now because I need to take the nail polish off. It's chipping, it's a week old, but the brush on this nail polish is amazing because, and she said that the brush is what she spent a lot of time on, making sure that it was right. The brush kind of hugs the nail bed in a way that it's almost foolproof for you to measure your nails up with this. So you just start with very thin coats, and then you let it like kind of glide along the nails. You start in the middle, and then you kind of touch up the sides. When I tell you, I had very minimal like cleanup that I needed to do. It was probably like 1 or 2 nails that needed to be cleaned up. Now, if a goof like me is saying that with nail polish, this is amazing. It's also vegan, so I'll leave a link to her site so you can read more about that. There's a top coat that also comes with it, and she's got a bunch of other shades as well. There's some other shades that I myself, I'm like, all right, girl, when you get back in stock so I can make my order. I mean, she would send it to me, but you know, I'm trying to support, you know, let that please the rise up. The top coat, now she said you don't need to use the top coat depending on your lifestyle, but if your hands are like constantly in water to use the top coat, that top coat is bomb because, you know, with everything going on, I'm washing my hands 50 million times a day. And then I'm also someone who's very like rough with my hands anyway. Like, I'm doing stuff around the house, I'm putting camera stuff on, I'm fiddling with, you know, all kinds of stuff around the house. So the nail polish was, I mean, after a week, obviously it's chipped, but it took a couple of days for it to even get there. So next up, the Dior 24-hour wear high perfection skincaring foundation with sunscreen. I'm shade 6.5N. This is the matte version. There's a review on this, plus the glow version on the blog, which I will link in the description box. Now, the funny thing is, if you watch my skincare empties video, which, you know, go watch my skincare empties video, I wasn't going to repurchase this because I was trying to be real conservative, like, oh, I've got other foundations, it's fine, I don't need it. And then I just was like, all right, let me just go and buy it again. It's a great foundation, and I can justify having this as well as the other foundations in my stash. So I was just like, you know what, just add it in there, girl. Also from makeup, I think this is, yeah, this is the last of the makeup, and then we're gonna go into the fashion. But I bought 2 of the new Fenty, well, I don't know if it's new anymore, but the Fenty cream blushes. I know for whatever reasons people, you know, seem to think that blush is outdated and it's something that's not needed in your routine. Now, if you were to say like wearing blush the way like Patti LaBelle and, you know, all the aunties of the, you know, 80s, you know, heyday glam rock kind of looks. Now, if you were to say that that kind of blush is outdated, wearing it like that, you would have a point. Points would be made. However, blush in and of itself as a category is not outdated. Blush is used to add color to the face. It adds some vibrancy. It awakens the skin, especially if you're using the right color. Now, if you're a deep, gorgeous chocolate like myself or deeper, the brighter the blush, the better. We can't do like these like baby pinks. Like, you might be like, oh my God, a bright orange blush scares the mess out of me. Why is it so bright? But it's going to blend in nicely with the skin, and it's what is going to give darker skin more of like a flush. You know, like I said, them baby pinks, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna cut it on our skin. It's not gonna cut it. But anyway, I wound up picking up Daiquiri Dip. I knew from when they first put the promo on Instagram, I was like, I'm getting that, because I love blush. You know, I love blush, and I figured, you know, Fenty would do a good job with it, and they did. So I initially bought Daiquiri Dip, and then I went back and got Rose Latte. We'll talk about Rose Latte in a second, but Daiquiri Dip is this bright orange. It's like a bright orange red. I would say that if you are about my complexion and deeper, like, she's your girl. There were other colors, I think brighter colors that would look great on deeper skin, but this was like the one where I was like, doo, 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 doo. These can be built up, which I really love about them. So you can wear it as sheer as you want, or you can build it up to have even more color. I typically like to, you know, kind of dab it on. I'll use a brush like this. This is the Sephora number 73 brush. You can also use a beauty blender, but if you're going to use a foundation brush, I would use something like this that has densely packed bristles so that you can, you know, get the product on, you know, in the best way possible. You can also use a makeup sponge if you wanted to as well. And honey, you can use your own fingers and dab that in. Now, I like this because it gives the skin like a really nice dewy look. So if you're wearing a lot of matte textures in your face, I always say it's great to balance out. Like, you don't want too much dewiness and you don't want too much matteness. You want a mix of textures. That's what's going to give you the most believable, natural looking makeup look, even if you have on tons of makeup. So I really love how these, especially the Daiquiri Dip, this is just like, a lot of people have been like, oh my God, what blush is that you've been wearing? It's this. So I got so excited about that I was like, you know what, let me get Rose Latte, because I saw Patricia Bright do a video, and the Rose Latte, now Patricia Bright and I are not the same complexion, but it looks so pretty on her that I was like, you know what, let me give Rose Latte a try. Now, mine, these containers are not gonna stay clean, you know, they're not gonna stay clean. Like, I mean, if you wanna be like, you know, on it and just keep, you know, you could do that, but it's gonna be a lot. You know, the container is white. Now, Rose Latte is a very, like, if you're someone who's about my complexion, maybe lighter than me, this is something that's going to give you a very subtle blush look. So if you're someone where you're like, you know, I hear you with the Daiquiri Dip, but I'm gonna need to take my baby steps, then Rose Latte would be that color. Rose Latte I like, but I do find that I have to layer a lot of it. And then I always feel like after a little while, especially when I'm filming, because it gets incredibly hot in here when I film and I can't put anything on because the camera will pick up the sound. I always feel like, wow, it's disappeared. Like, I have it on now, and I'm like, I applied a little bit more because I noticed that, like, you know, I'm sweating. So that's like a downside with the Rose Latte. I didn't notice that with the Daiquiri Dip because it's so bright that it's like, I'm here, girl, I'm here for you. From this collection, I did not get the cream bronzers because when I looked at the swatches and when I read the descriptions of the shades, they were mentioning that they were cool tone and contour. You know, a contour is going to be a cool or a neutral tone because you're trying to create a shadow, whereas a bronzer is going to be warm because you're trying to add warmth to the face. So at first I was like, all right, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe I can't read, or maybe I'm imagining things. So I actually watched people's videos and it still looked cool toned. So I was like, nah, I already have enough contours. But I wish they would come out with actual warm bronzers. Like, I'm very confused by that launch. So if you've got one of the bronzers, or if you picked up any of the blushes, let me know your thoughts in the comments. To ease our way into the fashion, I bought boob tape. Now, I can't remember which color is which. I'll put it up on the screen, but I would say this one, this shade here, is probably closer to my skin tone, and this one is deeper. I bought both because I was just like, I don't know. And I bought boob tape because it was like, you know, typically as someone who is quite busty, you don't think like something like this would work for you. You'd think maybe I would need some industrial tape. But I actually was looking on their Instagram, which I'll link in the description box, and I saw people with boobs that are bigger than mine being able to wear these, and I was like, okay. Now, I don't often buy clothes that require like a strapless bra just because I'm like, I'm already down with the rigmarole. I hate strapless bras. I've tried a lot of them. You know, maybe one day I'll let my guard down and I'll try another one just to see, but for the most part, I hate them. They feel like jail. But something like this, I'll give a try. I don't know when, but stick around. Maybe I'll talk about it in something. But yeah, I bought boob tape, and it goes to show you where it's getting bored during quarantine. Then I also bought from Shop Imija Jamil, which is a black woman-owned business that I love to buy like my head wraps and my scarves and things from. I wound up getting this beautiful lime green triangle wrap. And then I also got a face mask because, you know, we gotta wear them, might as well be cute while we're wearing them. The face mask might be, well, this one in particular might be sold out. I do know that when she has certain fabrics, like sometimes she's not able to get that same fabric again, but she's a great business to follow because she makes the most beautiful things. She has some new products coming out soon, and I'm gonna have to be like, let me see what you got before you put it out to the public, because I might want to buy a couple of things. So make sure you check her out. She makes amazing pieces, and you know, we gotta out to the people. Again, like I said, quarantine had me like, girl, I'm antsy. I want to get out, but I can't. But somehow I buy things like, you know, these big hats. I got this from ASOS. This is sold out. But ASOS has some really cool hats that I will link below in the description box. I'll still link to this because sometimes things come back on ASOS. If you have their app and you save an item, you also have the option of them sending you a push notification to your phone when it comes back in. I wind up getting a lot of stuff that way from ASOS that I'm looking for. So, you know, do that. I'll put a picture of me wearing this hat, because I'm not taking this down to put the hat on and all of that, because it's too much to do. But what's really cool about this hat, it's a one size fits all, and my head, she's not one size fits all, okay? She's her own category. She's typically a men's extra large or men's XXL hat size, you know what I'm saying? But I was lucky enough to have that fit my head, so yay, you know, we'll take small wins when we can get them. Another thing that I got from ASOS, I got this gorgeous dress, which I will show you. I have a video of me trying it on, and I have some pictures in it. I bought this dress, I got the size 12, but when I initially bought it, it did not have the belt, and it was sold out in that size. And I asked ASOS if they can give me, because you know, I've got belts, I've got other belts that I could, you know, but a dress like this definitely needs a belt because it would be too blousy on me. And I need to, you know, draw attention to my waistline. But they were like, oh no, sorry you didn't get the belt and we can't give you any additional discounts. I was like, okay, I got you. So I did the thing again with the notifications from their app, and I set up a notification, found out when the size 12 was back in stock, crossed my fingers and my toes that size 12 would have the belt, and it did. So I'm keeping this one and sending back the one that didn't have the belt. So there, ASOS. I mean, I know they really probably couldn't do anything about it anyway. I don't know. It felt like. Okay, next up, shoes. We've got shoes, we've got shoes, we've got shoes. First up, these super cute shoes from Aldo. I love the color. I love that like slight square toe, but it's not like super square. The only thing with these, and I love these, it's got kind of like almost kind of like a suede finish to them, which I thought was like really, really cool, because I like when like lighter spring-like colors come in those kind of like materials, but then it's not a material where it's gonna be like super hot, you know? Anyway, the only thing with this is that I'm a true size 10. Like, I feel like 10 medium, like that's me. Like, unless a shoe is like really, 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 like if it's too, like if it runs small for everybody, then I might need to size up, but generally speaking, almost every shoe I can wear, you know, 10 medium. Aldo shoes, I don't buy Aldo shoes very often, but something in the back of my mind is making me think like, there's a reason why you don't buy Aldo shoes. Because I remember back in the day, like them being a little narrow. I don't remember, but these lengthwise are good. But the way that the strap here in the front is, it feels like, it's like, why is that strap so tight right there? In a way where I'm like, I don't want that on my toes. So I'm actually going to return these as pretty as they are. Hopefully I can find something similar, because it's so pretty. But you know, listen, no pretty shoe is worth foot pain, okay? So next. Now it's funny, so I got these from ASOS. Now, I love these, again, like that slight square toe. I love the color. I love the strappiness of it all. But like the Aldo shoes, this one also has a strap problem. There's something going on right here where there's like way too much material here, like it's too long and you can't adjust it. And well, maybe, even if you kind of adjusted it this way, you'd still have too much like strap going here, and it makes it, the shoe fits, but that strap is too loose, which just speaks accident in disguise. So whereas that one was like too tight on the strap, this one's too loose. So unfortunately, as much as I love these and I love the color, like look at that color of my popping against my beautiful skin, I might have to return these and try to find something that is not going to be the death of me, that looks similar. Then, thankfully, we do have something that is a keeper. This is from the Who What Wear shoe collection. Now this is different from their Target collection. This is, I guess, like their upper tier collection. They sell it on ASOS and a couple of other sites, but I love these. It has like that, like I see a lot of like cult guy shoes with the heel like that. That is, oh, I just love these. These just look so like, to me, they seem more expensive than what they cost. I mean, they're $99. They're not cheap, but then they're also not like expensive. But to me, they look like they cost a little bit more. Like I've seen shoes that are in the $200 range that look very similar to this, and this was just $100. And I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Next up with shoes, in the middle of the quarantine, so in the beginning of the quarantine, I wasn't really buying much. The only thing that I was buying was like trying to scavenge to find bottled water, paper towels, alcohol, cleaning supplies, things like that. That was the only thing I had to focus on. I was not trying to buy anything. Then towards like the middle of the quarantine, I was kind of like, I need some pick-me-ups, I'm bored. So I was kind of like, you know what, let me go on JustFab because I can, you know, get something cute. It's not gonna be expensive at all. And you know, let me just get on there. So I got these, which I'm like, wow, I love that heel. I love that block heel. And then I love the print here in the front. The little crisscross right there. I just love these shoes. $40. Well, actually I got both of these for like $40 because either I had a credit or I had a coupon. Well, both of these. I'm talking about another pair that I'm getting ready to show you. But I absolutely love these, and you know, like a little cheap thrill, you know? I don't usually like to buy too many pairs of cheap shoes because I do feel like, you know, they be cutting into my skin and be messing me up. But sometimes it's like, I also don't want expensive shoes for something that's trendy because it's like, something like this though, I can see myself, unless shoe silhouettes drastically change within the next year or two, I can see myself wearing this again next year and the year after that. Because they're trendy, but they're not like super trendy, you know what I mean? Also from JustFab, I like this like beaded, large bead heel that is on these shoes. I love the strappiness of it all. I love the color. This is something that is gonna go really nicely with some brightly colored clothing like I have in my closet. Also goes well obviously with other neutrals. I'm not really much of a, although today it looks like I'm very, into the neutrals. I don't own a ton of like neutral colored clothing because I just feel like it's not me, you know. I'm colorful and loud and yeah, so I like color. Yeah, these are just like fun shoes, like if I'm going somewhere cute and I don't need to be like standing up or walking around much, you know. Like I'm obviously not going to be walking around Manhattan ever. No, I'm obviously not going to be walking around Manhattan in a pair of shoes like this. And even if I was going to an event, I would wear flats and then put these on. But I just like a fun pair of shoes. This was something I didn't really have to think too hard about. You know, like I said, I got both of these shoes from JustFab for 40 bucks. So, you know, a little cheap thrill is nice every now and again, you know? All right, so that's my haul. There are some other things that I bought. Like I bought a dress from Cece's Closet. And again, Cece's Closet is a Black woman-owned business. And then they DM'd me the other day and they were like, we got it. And I was like, say no more. I'm on the site now getting it. So I got it and it was too big. So they're sending me a large. So hopefully you'll see that. I don't know where that would fit into the video, but I'll probably wear it on Instagram. So make sure you follow me on Instagram for that. But let me know, what have you been buying during quarantine? Have you been buying a lot of makeup? Have you been buying a lot of clothes, a lot of skincare? What have you been getting? How are you feeling? Let me know that as well. And again, July 7th, blackout day. I ain't buying nothing. And, you know, if you want to join in as well, I'll leave that in the description box. You know, it's not something, I think sometimes people feel like if they have to do one single profound thing in order to affect change, but there's so many smaller things that you can do that add up, and if we all collectively do them, they add up and they go towards affecting change. So something, to me, I feel like it's easy to not buy something for the day, unless, I don't know, I don't even think I'm going to be out on the road on July 7th. And if I'm out on the road on July 7th, chances are I will still have the same gas that's in my tank as today, when today's May 31st. Because I've had the same gas in my tank since March, because I haven't been going anywhere. But anyway, little things can add up to affect change. I would have to guess that majority, because my content is geared towards Black women, I have to guess that a majority of the people who watch me are Black women. But you know, obviously I'm sure I have people who watch me who are of other backgrounds. And if you're sitting at home and you're thinking, what can I do to, you know, use my voice, use my privilege to help and, you know, help affect change, I'm going to leave some links to some articles, some Instagram pages that you can check out if you're like, what can I do? Because one of the things is like you feel helpless and you want to help, but you don't know what to do. And the thing to not do is to, you know, burden Black people with what can I do? What should I do? Because it's like we get exhausted, you know? So I'll put the resources there where you can check them out. Check it out because we need all hands on deck. July 7th. Don't buy anything. For more info on that, check that out in the description box. And also in the description box, links to follow me on social. Because, you know, when I'm not here on YouTube, I'm elsewhere on the internet spreading my cheer. You know, when it's a good day, I'm not antsy and want to get out. But I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.